You've heard the saying before, you have to see it to believe it. Well, this morning we're going to talk about having to hear it to believe it. And the person you're going to hear it from is Dr. Tim deRoos with Infinite Health Centers. We have traveled again to his offices in Cleveland to pay him a visit. Good to see you.
Good morning.
The last time we were here, we heard it from one of your patients, client, Stephanie Renner,
Yes.
who had proudly lost almost 50 pounds.
Yes.
And she herself, I think, was still a little bit stunned at just how successful her journey has been. Would you agree?
Yes, she's a major winner. She did follow the plan exemplary. So yeah, she's a shining star, and she really made the plan look good.
I think that's something that's always so interesting to me when I talk to you, but also the different clients who've come through your doors, is how varied their stories are in the sense of what brings them to you. But their story when they leave you is all the same, and that is that they feel accomplished, they obviously feel successful and proud, and they just feel so much healthier and better about their lives.
They do, and you know what's funny is I've recently brainstormed how to help more people through that process of your own headspace. I reached out to a client who went through the program successfully 2 years ago, and I said, let's do like a YouTube live question and answer together. So that's coming right around the first of the year, but I'm very excited about that.
I do want to ask you something. The client that did the program 2 years ago, I'm setting you up, is the weight still off?
Sustainable, yes.
Because what you do with this program, I know you have this phrase of lose up to a pound of fat per day.
Yes.
And you used to bring into the studio an image of what a pound of fat, or 5 pounds of fat,
5-pound model
looked like, which was a lot of fat. But it's because you're teaching them how to eat healthy and have the right nutrition? Is that
Right.
why it works?
Right. Well, yes, it's part of it, right? We have to know what clean eating looks like. We have to have our portion size in place. We have to structure our meals so that we give our GI tract rest. But it's all of it together, it seems like. It's the hydration piece, it's the pH piece, it's the detoxification. All those pieces in combination create synergy. And on top of that, like you've seen so many times, it's the psychological piece. Can I do this? Is this right for me? What will it look like? How much will it cost? What kind of time frame can I expect?
Right.
All that goes into that.
Okay, I am a person, probably like a lot of people, where my week is busy and I have a real hard time being committed to something time-wise because I just am go, 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 and I'm not unique. So something else that strikes me is that here we are at your office in Cleveland. You are not in Chattanooga, you're in Cleveland.
Right.
Yet your clients come to you from all over.
Right.
They wouldn't make the drive if it didn't work.
Up to 2 hours away that we see people what we call locally. And then we help virtually. So I've got clients in Florida, I've got clients in Arkansas, and Oklahoma, and Georgia, and Alabama that I jump on a Zoom meeting with. We are able to ship the products to them. So it's, in essence, everything except the face-to-face. Same program.
So even if you're close by, can you still access that virtual if you want to?
Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, that was kind of birthed through COVID, right? We had folks on the program who I meet with every month. So I had to figure out a way to meet with them rather than just picking up the phone. We decided to go virtual like that, and it worked out great. It was pretty seamless.
I'm trying to do math in my head as we talk. So if you can lose up to a pound of fat a day, and holidays are, here, if you're looking within a 2-week time frame, if that's where we are, you're going to lose up to 10 pounds.
Right.
That's a lot of weight.
Right.
And you're going to know then, going into the holiday season, how to navigate those pitfalls.
Exactly.
And eat healthy and not regress during that season. Is that a concern for people?
It is. And every year we build our recipe manual so that we've got more and more plan ready or plan approved recipes that you can incorporate into your holiday and gradually start to replace those starchy options or those options that are just fat storers, fat builders, right? And on top of that, there's over 180 different recipes on the website for people who are on the plan to access.
How many people come through your doors though and will say to you, I thought I was doing it right. I've tried to lose weight. I thought I was doing it right. And part of the frustration is that that's no fun. That's restrictive in what you're eating, and then you're getting nowhere.
Up in a couple weeks coming up, you'll have people who renew gym memberships, or they'll start new gym memberships, and they'll inevitably come in and they will say exactly that. They will say, I've been hammering away at the gym on the elliptical, the treadmill, and I'm gaining weight. What am I missing? What pieces am I missing? So when we measure someone's body composition, that allows us to figure that exact reason out. What's happening with your weight loss? What's happening with your attempts? Whether it's changing your menu or incorporating exercise. Are you gaining different tissues you don't want, like fatty tissue or fluid weight? Or are you burning tissues you do want, like bone mass and muscle mass? So we figure all that out.
When Stephanie and I were talking, and she said something to me about when she came to meet with you, and she was a little bit afraid that it might just be more than she could really commit to in terms of the diet and the restrictions, if you will. Clearly it wasn't. Do you think that keeps some people from doing it, that they're afraid that they're not going to really want to give up what they think they have to give up, and then they find out they're not really giving it up at all? It's just switching.
That is a definite, that's a great observation. It's a definite reason why some people halt or put off their start time, because they think they're going to lose their pleasure, they're going to lose their reward. Or that kind of, justification for a hard week, right? And that does put some people off. But like she said, there are options, there are ways you can create recipes that are completely on plan, and it still feels like you're getting those treats that you enjoy.
Right. And what she had said was that she just didn't like herself almost anymore. And so it was worth anything to her to get her love of herself back.
Women especially. I still know this much about women, but they are all concerned about their self-image, their self-confidence, how they look, how attractive they are to their spouse, how they feel about themselves when they look in the mirror, how their clothing fits. All of that is part of the crown glory of a woman, right? And that's important to them. So we don't discount that, we honor that, and we set up a strategy and a plan so that they can get that back into their lives. Because without a plan, you're just not going to get there.
I think it's also that when you begin to put that weight on, you lose who you once were. And so, yes, those were her words, I think. And I think that you do want it for other people, but ultimately you want it for yourself. Right. Isn't that what you really want for people, is to feel good in their own skin, literally?
You do. And with women, it's a little more challenging because women are naturally self-sacrificial. They'll put themselves on the back burner, everyone before them, whether it's their spouse or their children, their coworkers, friends. So I tell them, it seems to be a taboo word to be selfish, but let's face it, in this country, we're pretty selfish, but not so much with certain women at certain times when it comes to them taking care of themselves, putting their mask on first.
So if you are in Cleveland, you're lucky because he's right around the corner. If you're not in Cleveland, it's worth the drive to come and see him. And then once you've seen him, you can talk to him virtually if that's how you choose to do it. So you can lose the pound of fat a day. In Cleveland is where you'll find him. The website is drderoos.com, and they have a new phone number, so it's 423-380-1082. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie.